A fourth wave of coronavirus is sweeping across Europe, and some nations are already imposing restrictions on their people. So is the continent headed for a winter lockdown? As we creep closer to Christmas and the Northern Hemisphere's coldest months, fears of an unmanageable winter wave of coronavirus are growing in some Northern European countries. Belgium's Prime Minister has said the continent is on red alert, and the World Health Organization recently revealed that Europe was the only continent on Earth where COVID-related deaths increased last week. As pressure in European hospitals mounts, some countries are bringing back restrictions. In one case, some of the most draconian seen yet in the EU. Austria this week enacted Europe's first lockdown for the unvaccinated. A few days later, this was expanded to the entire population as cases continued to skyrocket. For a maximum of 20 days, non-essential shops will close and Austrians will be told to work from home. Schools will remain open for face-to-face learning at least until December the 10th, when the policy is to be reviewed. In another first for Europe, the Austrian government announced from February next year vaccines will be mandatory for all eligible citizens. Those who refuse will face heavy fines. In neighbouring Germany, lawmakers have approved new legislation which includes requirements for employees to prove they are vaccinated, recovered from COVID or have tested negative to access communal workplaces. And in regions where hospital admissions are deemed too high, further restrictions will be slapped on the unvaxxed. At the moment, that's almost all of Germany's states. Only those who are fully vaccinated will be allowed into places like restaurants, bars and public events. Despite these extra measures, the spectre of a full lockdown is looming. In response to a question about Germany following Austria, the German health minister said, "We are now in a situation, even if this produces a news alert, where we can't rule anything out." The Netherlands is a week into a partial lockdown aimed at curbing its massive caseload. Since last Friday, all citizens have been urged to work from home, pro-sport has taken place behind closed doors, and bars and restaurants have been forced to shut at 8 p.m. For non-essential shops and hairdressers, the curfew is 2 hours earlier, 6 p.m. Gatherings at home have also been limited to a maximum of 4 people. With the situation looking grim on the continent, many are wondering if Europe's fourth wave might wash up on Britain's shores. At the moment, the outlook from experts is promising. Professor Neil Ferguson, whose modelling convinced the PM to enact the first lockdown last year, told BBC's Radio 4 that Europe's case rise wouldn't necessarily mean the same for the UK. He said, "I think it is unlikely we will get anything close to what we had last year, that catastrophic winter wave." It comes as the government urged Brits to get booster vaccines, which they hope will bolster Britain's waning immunity and stave off drastic measures in the coming winter months.